Yesterday, 23-year-old Seth Michael Salzman of Fargo pled guilty to raping a teenage girl last December. The victim originally told police that a stranger entered her home while her parents were gone and sexually assaulted her. The victim later changed some things in her story. Apparently, the girl and Salzman met online and exchanged text messages. It also appears that she invited him to her home. Mr. Salzman will not be registered as a sex offender, but he received a deferred 2-year prison sentence, during which he must serve 2 years of supervised probation, 100 hours of community service, and he must follow all treatment recommendations of a sexual assault. A Detroit Lakes woman was bitten by a venomous spider this past week. Rita Alanis said she noticed a spider moving in an odd pattern towards her 1-year-old nephew. She moved in front of her nephew and was bitten twice on the foot. Miss Alanis reported immediate intense pain and her foot started to feel funny. She quickly placed the spider in a jar for later identification. She decided she needed to get the venom out, so she shaved the raised area, put it in bleach, and squeezed the area. The pain eventually spread to her back and she decided to go to the Perham Hospital. The spider was identified as a venomous, but not deadly, red-backed jumping spider. The spider is native to California and it is extremely unusual to find one in the area. Miss Alanis is still experiencing some pain and is watching for infection, but doctors say that her use of bleach probably helped a lot. North Dakota wildlife officials have received reports of deer deaths since August. The responsible disease, EHD, appears to be present in a large area in western North Dakota. Many hunting license holders are eligible for refunds as a result, and Game and Fish is suspending the sale of licenses in some areas. EHD is spread by midges and is nearly always fatal to white-tailed deer, but not to mule deer. North Dakota has not had major deer loss from disease since 2005. A proposed constitutional amendment that would eliminate property tax in North Dakota goes to a statewide vote in June of 2012. Many think that the prosperity caused by oil and gas development allowed North Dakota to abolish property taxes and therefore attract business expansion. But others say that it would have forced the legislature to raise $740 million somewhere else in order to pay for school districts, counties, and cities. If this amendment passes, North Dakota will be the first state to completely eliminate property tax, though several have limited their collection of property tax. All over America and foreign capitals, the Occupy movement has spread. Protesters aren't united in their views, but they are united in that they all want some sort of change. Most of the protesters are just angry about different situations. Some are distressed about unemployment, home foreclosure, income inequality, or having to resort to food stamps. These people are seeing banks receive bailouts and executives receive huge bonuses, while the church is running out of food. And they're trying to say that it's just not right. Not many protesters can afford to fly to Wall Street to protest together, but they are making do with what they have and protesting locally. An Israeli soldier has been returned home safely after being held for over 5 years by the militant Palestinian group Hamas. 25-year-old Sergeant First Class Gilad Shalit was traded for hundreds of captive Palestinians. Mr. Shalit has been given a clean bill of health and was reunited with his family and has met with Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Some are concerned, though, that this exchange will encourage more abductions of Israeli soldiers. Hamas spokesperson Abu Obaida has indicated that he will not give up on the other captives. He also stated that Hamas treated Mr. Shalit fairly well, while Palestinians were tortured. Israeli people are nervous about the threat the newly released prisoners pose to them, but alterations to the exchange deal were rejected by Israel's High Court. The days are gradually getting a little chillier, but the sun is still present most of the time. Let's go to Jessica Gulseth for more details. Jessica?
Well, Carlotta, this afternoon was very chilly. Although it was sunny, we only reached about 46 degrees. Tonight will be clear and just about freezing, and I mean that literally, as temperatures will dip to about 32 degrees, with a slight breeze, which will make it feel even cooler. Yes, the cold weather is here, and it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high in the low 40s. Make sure your windows are shut and the heat is on because Wednesday night we will see a low of 25 degrees. Thursday will be about 10 degrees warmer than Wednesday, with a high in the low 50s. Friday again, mostly sunny, and it looks like it could be our warmest day this week with temperatures in the upper 50s. We may even see 60 again. Saturday, although sunny with the highs in the 50s, could be a little wet. I don't know about you, but I think I'll be wearing my gloves and scarf this week. There's a look at the weather for Jamestown. Back to you now, Carlotta.
Thanks, Jessica. The Jimmy men's cross-country team finished second out of 4 teams on Friday at the Jimmy Invitational. JJ Korber led the way for the Jimmies, finishing in 6th place with a time of 27 minutes and 50 seconds. The women's cross-country team also ran on Friday. The women finished 3rd out of 5 teams. Eliona Reyes and Maddie Horning finished 1st and 2nd respectively for the Jimmies. Miss Reyes ran a time of 18 minutes 52 seconds and Miss Horning ran a time of 19 minutes and 26 seconds. The Jimmy football team beat Mayville State 28-12 on Saturday. The Jimmies racked up over 350 yards against the Comets. Lance Johansson had over 180 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns, while Brad Lint passed for the Jimmies' other 2 touchdowns. Men's soccer beat University of Great Falls on Saturday behind 2 goals by Austin Dillard, both of which were assisted by Dominic O'Connor. The final score of Friday's game was Jamestown 2, Great Falls 1. However, on Sunday, the Jimmies were not able to get the victory against Rocky Mountain College. The final score of that game was Rocky Mountain 2, Jimmies 1. The Jimmy men's soccer team currently has a 7-6 overall record. The Jimmy women's soccer team was also in action this weekend, but with less success than was hoped for as they dropped both games. On Saturday, the women lost to the University of Great Falls 0-2, and on Sunday, the women lost to Rocky Mountain College 0-4. The women's soccer team currently has a 4-9-1 overall record. On Friday, the Jimmy volleyball team lost in 4 sets to Black Hill State University. However, they were able to bounce back on Saturday with a 4-set win against South Dakota Mines and Technology. Some top performers for the Jimmies this weekend were Heather Brown, who had 22 kills in both matches combined, Katie Lee, who had 45 digs over the weekend, and Jada Michaeljohn, who had 53 assists in last weekend's games. The Jimmy volleyball team is looking to improve their 18-9 overall record tomorrow as they head to Mayville State University to take on the Comets. Thank you for joining me tonight, Jamestown. I'm Carlotta Rasmussen. Tune in tomorrow night when we will once again connect the campus with the community. Good night.